Hello, you beautiful naughty creatives. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl 𝕊𝚠𝚑, and as you can see, I'm back with another tutorial. It's been a little minute, guys, but I promise I have been here working for you, trying to make some new tutorials and teach you guys a few new things. So in this tutorial, we're going to be working on these gorgeous African flower earrings. Okay, they can be made in any style and colorway, as you guys can see here. Anything that you guys really want to make as far as colors and putting them together, you can definitely do. So stay tuned, give me a thumbs up. Of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can show me your support, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, and for materials, you're going to be needing crochet thread. I'm using Aunt Lydia's in a classic 10. Okay, this is actually a 1.5mm recommended hook, and it is a 0 lace. The color is Aqua for this one here. Again, it is Aunt Lydia's thread, and you'll also need some fish hook ear wires. Okay, so those come in a set, as well as some earring backs. Okay, so all of these items that you guys see here, I actually got these from Joann's already. You will need some pliers as well. This is what we're going to use to open up those fish wires. And then for your hook size, we're going to need a 2.75mm hook, as well as some scissors. So let's go ahead and open up our crochet thread. And in this tutorial as well, I'm going to be showing you guys how to double up your strand of yarn for this project. All of my African flower earrings, they are made with a crochet thread, but I always do go ahead and double them up. Okay, so to get started, we're going to be making the magic circle, the magic loop to start the ring so that we can crochet into. So go ahead and fold your yarn in half. And this is going to be to make the yarn thicker, the thread thicker. So you want to fold it in half and then fold it over on itself one more time. Okay, once you've done that, at this point, you're going to go ahead and fix the yarn as if you're doing a magic loop or magic circle. And you chain one. Okay, once you chain one, you can remove your fingers, and you will see that there is a loop there. You will use that to actually pull through some more crochet thread, which is going to help your piece stay even and thick throughout the project. Alrighty, so once you got that, you want to go ahead and chain 3. Okay, and then you want to double crochet right into that loop. Okay, so once you got that second double crochet, then you're going to chain 1. Okay, you're going to add a chain 1 between each 2 double crochets as a separator. All right, and now you want to go ahead and add 2 more double crochets into that loop. And again, another chain 1 space. Okay, so you want to go ahead and repeat adding 2 double crochets and a chain 1 space in between until you have a total of 6 different sets of 2 double crochets and a chain between. All right, so once you get to that, you just want to go ahead and have 6 total. All right, so it should look like this that I'm showing you guys here. So go ahead and continue the 2 double crochets with a chain 1 in between until you have a total of 6. And at this point you might see that some of your thread is getting smaller, so you'll just have to pay attention to that loop and pull through more crochet thread if it's needed. So I'm just going ahead and finishing up those six different double crochets separated by the chain 1. And you'll see here I'm just getting some more thread so it can be the same thickness there. Alrighty, so this will be my last set here. Okay, so you just make sure that you have the 6, and then you want to go ahead and grab the yarn that is hanging off from that magic loop that you started and go ahead and pull that so it can be tighter. Okay, so then at this point you want to go ahead and slip stitch to that second chain from that chain 3 that you did. Okay. And now we're going to start on the beginning portion of the petals. And this is what it's gonna end up looking like. You want to go ahead and chain up 4. Now when you chain up the 4, you want to go ahead and skip into that next chain 1 space, that separator. Alrighty, you want to go in there and add 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 more double crochets all into that same chain 1 space from the previous row. And I will go ahead and zoom in a little bit more for you guys just so you can see what I'm doing better. Okay guys, so hopefully this is better for you. So now what you're going to do is go into, you're going to skip 2 more double crochets and go into that chain 1 space again and add 2 double crochets, a chain 1 and 2 more double crochets all into that very same space. Okay, so that's pretty much the repeat for this row here until you get back to the beginning. So once you do the 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets into the same space, you don't do another chain 1 after. So in this row we're only doing 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the same space all the way until the end. So continue ahead and doing that, and I'll meet you guys back at the beginning. Okay, so we're almost back to the beginning here, and you guys remember how we made that original chain 4 for this row? What you're going to do after the last chain 1 space that you added the 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, you're going to go into that same space as the chain 4, okay? And you're going to add 2 double crochets in there, chain 1, and then add 1 more double crochet into that space. Okay, so once you did that chain 1, you're going to add 1 more double crochet. Alrighty, and then you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that very fourth chain from the hook. So from where you made the chain 4, go ahead and slip stitch into that fourth chain. Okay, and then once you do that, this is what your project should be looking like. So it will start taking form on our next row. Alrighty, so you want to go ahead and chain up 1, cut off your yarn and tighten. And now we're going to go ahead and grab our next color, which is this teal color, and we're going to be making the petals now. So I'm definitely going to show you guys how to go about that process. So again, the same thing with thickening up the threaded yarn. You want to go ahead and fold it in half and then fold it on itself one more time. And at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a slip knot, actually. Instead of a magic circle, it's just gonna be a slip knot. Okay, so once you got that slip knot, you want to go ahead and grab your project. And for me, I like to start in another space separate from where I just cut off that previous thread, just so I can make sure to to weave in the ends as I go and crochet over it. So into the space, you want to go ahead and chain 1. Okay, so once that you got that chain 1, you want to go into that first double crochet and slip stitch just to secure that the color, and you want to slip stitch into that next double crochet as well, because what we're going to actually be working into is the chain 1 space in between those 2 double crochets. Well, 4 double crochets. So it was originally 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So we're going to start the petal into that chain 1 space. Okay, so you're going to slip stitch again to get into that space, and then you want to go ahead and chain up 3. So once you chain up 3, what you're going to be doing now is going ahead and double crocheting 7 times into that chain 1 space. So now that you got those double crochet 7 times in that chain 1 space, you just want to skip over to that next chain 1 space between the 4 double crochets and repeat the same thing by adding 7 double crochets into that space. And there is not going to be any chain 1 or anything like that separating each of the stitches in this row. So you're just going to add the 7 double crochets into the chain 1 space, and then after that immediately go into that next chain 1 space in between the 4 double crochets from the previous row and add 7 double crochets in there. So you're going to repeat that all the way to the beginning of the row with that same process there, and I will meet you guys back at the beginning. Okay, so So at this point here, I'm just adding my last few double crochets into that last chain one space in between the 4 double crochets from the previous row. Okay, and now that I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch into that third chain. Okay, and you might have to wiggle your way through there with that. So that is what it's looking like now. So we just went ahead and made the petals, which is looking super cute. So now all we have to do is just do the outline with our single crochets and our spike stitch, I believe is what it's called. Either it's called a spike stitch or it is a extended double crochet, I believe. But to start off with that row, you just want to go ahead and chain 1. Okay, and then when you chain that 1, you're going to go directly into that same exact double crochet. Okay, and single crochet in there. Okay, so you single crochet into that same exact stitch and every double crochet after. So you will have a total of 7 single crochets. Okay, so once you get done with your 7 single crochets, once I get this yarn from fumbling here. All right, so I think I've got one more. Alrighty, so once you do that single crochet there, what you're going to do is actually go directly into the row below. Okay, into that space that you see in that row below, and you're going to actually do a extended single crochet there. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys that one more time. So go into that previous row, which should be for me it's that that aqua color, and you're going to go into that space and do an extended single crochet. Alrighty, once you do that, you want to make sure you move that extended single crochet over, because you want to go back into those stitches for the double crochets. So you want to make sure you have 7 single crochets for each double crochet, if that makes sense. Okay, and then again you're going to go into the previous row, into that space, and do an extended single crochet. All right, move that over and continue on with your 7 single crochets for each 7 double crochets. Yeah, and that helps to keep the outline, as well as you know, bring out the project more in regards to the petals, and it's just really beautiful and nice, elegant, and you know, depending on the colors you make, you can wear it with anything for any type of season. So I definitely love that. Okay, so you just want to keep continuing that till you get back to the beginning. All right, and once you get back to the beginning, then all you're going to do is slip stitch to that very first single crochet. And when you slip stitch, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to slip stitch and then chain up 1. And once you do that chain up of 1, then you're going to cut off the excess and trim off your yarn. Now just make sure that you weave in all of your ends, and for this part you don't really need a darning needle per se, but if you have one, you can definitely use it. I also use my crochet hook from time to time to weave in the ends, so it really just depends on what your preference is. So yeah, you're just gonna go ahead and do that. Make sure those ends are in nicely and neatly. Okay, cut off the excess, and this is what your piece should be looking like now, this gorgeous flower. And now we're going to go ahead and crochet another pair. We're going to go ahead and add on the extensions for the earrings. So you want to grab your fish hook wire thingies. I forget what it was called, but yeah, you want to grab these. Grab 2 of those. Okay, and now we're gonna grab our pliers, and for this portion I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in for you guys so you can see better what I'm doing, but I'm just pretty much getting all the tools ready here. Okay, get your pliers, get everything out, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so from what you're seeing here, you want to go ahead and use the pliers to open up the fish hooks. Then you want to grab one of your African flower earrings, and right here I'm just pretty much turning everything around to see which side I want it to fall. So in order to put the earring, the fish hook in, you want to make sure that the back of the fish hook is facing the back of your project. Okay, that way the front of your project is going to be what shows. And then from here I just turn it to the back, grab my pliers again, and then squeeze it shut. Okay, so it's a pretty simple process there. The only thing I would say is make sure sometimes not to turn the fish hook too much, because it might be prone to breaking. You might have to get another fish hook, but don't worry, you know, with a couple of different tries you'll be able to get it. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the same exact thing again, show you guys a little bit more. So yeah, you want to go to the side. You'll see that there's a little bit of a side that's sticking out, that's not connected per se to everything else. So that's the piece that you want to open up. Then you grab your African flower earring, check which side and how you want the earring to fall. Then you're going to make sure that you put the back of the earring towards the back of the project. Turn that around, grab your pliers and tighten again. Okay, so that is what it's looking like, and this is pretty much the process you'll go about for any sort of earrings that you make. So yeah, these are them, guys. Super cute, super fun, can be made in any colorway, as simple or as extra as you want. Okay. But again, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at 𝕷𝕬𝕐𝷸, and as always, lots of love.